if I don't know if you've seen the cortisol curve, right? It starts producing cortisol at 2 a.m. and it has this lovely peak at between 6 and 8, and then it just gently goes down until 2 o'clock in the morning until it starts again. So the apex is between 6 and 8. That's when you should be working out, because that's when you have plenty of cortisol to handle all that cortisol and adrenaline you're using by working out. So I would say it's safe to say maybe it's okay to work out till like noon. After that, I've had people who I stopped them from running at night and switched it up, because if you look at the curve, when your cortisol is low at night in the evening, when melatonin is supposed to be produced and you're supposed to be, sun is going down, you're supposed to be getting ready to chill out and go to bed, and you end up jacking up your cortisol with adrenaline. That's not a good thing. Yeah. And the food part, again, in order to create that beautiful cortisol peak, you need cholesterol. So that's why I have the high fat in the morning, and I recommend high fat in the morning. And I would definitely, I would never go paddleboarding without having had a bunch of fat. But congested, okay, so the gallbladder is a reserve of bile. A lot of my patients who have had hypothyroid or are hypothyroid come to me minus their gallbladders, because they had gallstones, because the bile salts were not properly, either they weren't eating fat and they didn't use the bile, or they weren't able to metabolize the fat that they were eating. So I would always, a hypothyroid gut isn't going to have any HCl, lipase, or bile enough anyway. The liver makes less. It's not so much the liver is sluggish, it is that the signals to the liver are sluggish. So I recommend, definitely, I'm not a big supplement person, but for that transition period of high fat, I recommend ox bile. You guys in the States have Lipogold, which is the highest content of lipase of any supplement I've ever seen. And hydrochloric acid for the protein, because we can basically metabolize carbohydrates on our tongue with our saliva. That's all it needs to break down carbohydrates. But the food we need, the fat and the protein, actually needs adequate, robust digestive mechanics. And if there's Hashimoto's, then there's a thyroid issue. So probably low thyroid is causing that deficiency of digestive mechanics.
So anything on apple cider vinegar or bitters before you eat, would that help?
That comes from plants.
Yeah.
We don't need it. It's just plant stuff. Liver flush, right?
Yeah.
Basically, the famous
olive
liver
oil.
Flush. Epsom salts, and then the olive oil. You're basically shocking your liver to shake it so that it dumps crap out, right? And same with the gallbladder flush. You make it go into a spasm, right, to dump stuff out. Not the nicest thing to do to your organs. Used to recommend it. I think that if we're eating a high-fat carnivore diet and our endocrine function is working optimally, we don't need to shock our organs into dumping crap that they have. Those things will just naturally be, just like a disc, a protruding disc. If you remove the compression from this spine, the disc is absorbed again. And or if you give iodine to somebody with fibroids or nodules, they'll be sucked back in. So the body, as you said, is wonderful, and it will eat up the stuff that's not supposed to be there.